My name is Kyra Wiggins and I'll be your instructor for today. So today we'll be talking about the energy body. Do you know your energy body? This is a seminar about the energetic makeup of our existence. So the concept of today's seminar is basically that mind, body, and spirit are all connected. And so in order to be at optimal health in regards to your mind and body, we also have to address the spiritual side or the energy body. So that's what we'll be touching on today. A quick overview of the things that we'll be discussing. We'll discuss the difference between Eastern and Western medicine because the concept of addressing the energy body for health purposes is an Eastern medicine technique. We will also be discussing how to actually lower and raise your body's frequency, which directly correlates with your health. And then we'll go over a little more about my specialty, which is Reiki. And we'll talk more about what Reiki is and how it's been utilized in order to help heal the energy. First, I would like to actually get started by thanking you for your attendance, for being here and being present today. And in order to kind of give back a little bit for you being present here with me, I would like to give you a little bit of love in the way that I know how, which is through energy. So if you would take the time to have a meditation session with me, it'll be quick and easy, and it's just to set the intention for today. So what I would like you to do is I would like for you to sit comfortably while you're watching this with your feet flat on the ground. Make sure your legs are uncrossed. And I would like you to take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out your mouth. Once in this place, you can actually start to set intention. So with your breath, as you breathe in, on the exhale, we actually want to set the intention to release any stress from the preceding week. You can either say this silently to yourself or out loud, whatever makes you comfortable. Couple more breaths here. Now on this exhale, we want to release any energy that is not beneficial for our higher purpose. And on that last exhale, we want to receive any information into our heart and into our minds that will be beneficial for the progress of our higher benefit. End all meditations and prayers with the word aho. It is the Native American word that actually means thank you or amen. So aho, thank you for your presence. All right, so notice how you feel in this moment. Notice if you feel lighter, if you feel a little more comfortable in your being in general. This is energy awareness. A little more information about what energy is in general. So we just felt our energy body in a sense, but energy in general is the life force that actually connects us to one another, to the earth. From a scientific scale, they know that our bodies, our physical body is made up of tissue, which is broken down to cells, which is broken down to molecules and atoms, which on the lowest level of our existence is pure vibration or energy. And so this energy, this collection of energy that makes up who we are is what I'm actually talking about in regards to the energy body. This hasn't really been explained of where it comes from, and we're just now finding out more information of how to manipulate this energy within ourselves. But this is something that has been studied and understood on the Eastern medicine side of things for a very long time. And so we'll be bringing that information into play today in order to get a better understanding of our energetic body and therefore look more into how we can actually heal. All right, so we're gonna start off with the energy spectrum theory that I actually created myself. So everything is on a spectrum. So from autism to ADHD, everything is a spectrum. So you have the high functioning and the lower functioning of every spectrum. Looking at the energy spectrum theory, we wanna start right in the dead middle, and that's looking at the human form. Now, if you look at the things that are actually lower frequency than the human form, when you start coming into disruptions of the human forms, which is basically blockages of the flow of natural energy, then you start finding disruptions. And those disruptions lead to pain and colds on the first level of disruption. It's your body's way of signaling to you that there is a disruption there in your energy. Now, if that disruption goes unaddressed, Then you go down to the next form of disruption in regards to the energy body, or a lower frequency of the energy body, which leads to sickness, disease, and organ damage, things of that nature. Now, if that goes unaddressed, then you go down to a lower frequency of energy, which basically leads to autoimmune problems and different chronic diseases that on the Western medicine side of things usually gets to a point where they have nothing that they can help you with. Now, for most people that look into healing on this alternative medicine side, it usually takes them getting down to that point where Western medicine says, hey, there's nothing else that we can do at this point, and we're looking to actually just make you more comfortable with the symptoms that you have. And then most people go into Eastern medicine understandings of how to actually implement higher forms of frequency into your human body in order to create a healthy environment within your existence. Now, these higher forms of energy, also expressed in the energy spectrum theory here, are frequencies that are higher than our own body's frequency, like light or sound or music. Now, the ultimate vibration of frequency is spirit. Whatever your belief system is in regards to God or angels or spirits, all of that vibrates at a higher frequency than what we actually vibrate at. This is the theory that I've come up with. This is our energy spectrum theory that we're going to base the rest of this presentation on. So when I convert back to talking to the spectrum theory, we're speaking of this theory here that is my own personal theory. Talking about the difference in between Eastern and Western medicine. Western medicine is what we're used to. So we're used to medicine that actually treats the symptoms. We have scientific devices that will tell us where the dysfunction is, and then we get treatment in order to calm down the symptoms to make it more comfortable while our body heals itself. On the Eastern medicine side of things, the treatment is more in regards to blockages of the energy body. Now, in finding the blockages in the energy body, then we can go into how to unblock that using herbs or acupuncture or Tai Chi breathing exercises like we just did today to unblock those blockages, creating a flow of the body's energy and therefore allowing the body to heal itself. That is the big difference between Eastern and Western medicine techniques. And that's why a lot of people, once they get to the point of being diagnosed as uncurable in regards to Western medicine, they start looking at Eastern medicine to look into actually unblocking those energetic blockages within their energy body. So let's talk a little more about the scientific side, because in my perfect world, Eastern and Western medicine would come together. We would utilize the technology that we have now in order to find out where the discord is. And then we would utilize the Eastern medicine technique in order to unblock the energetic blockages. And if need be, still utilize medication in order to treat the symptoms while we're healing ourselves to prevent it from actually coming back. So creating this combo effect in Eastern Western medicine in order to create a healing environment within society would be ideal in my mind. So I was really excited when I came across scientifichealer.com. Dr. Anastasia, she is a physicist who became ill herself, got to the point where Western medicine told her, hey, this is all that we can do. We can just make you comfortable throughout this process. And she decided that that wasn't good enough. So she decided to travel around the world and find a cure for what was actually going on with her. And in doing so, she didn't only stop there. She decided to come back and start studying and researching the things that actually change our body's frequency to prevent us from being in optimal health. So Dr. Anastasia, she has coined the word photons, which is the name of the energy particles within our body, and the collective energy particles or collective photons create our body's frequency. Now, on Eastern medicine side, this is considered chi, and the chi creates our aura. So we have photons and frequency on the scientific side, and chi and aura on the energetic side, but this is all the same, just with a different label. So in talking about our photons and our body's frequency, Dr. Anastasia says that basically on her scale, on her Richter scale of the body's health, that the body is at, let's say, 80 units of her scale, a healthy body. She says a body with cancer is at half of the health units needed in order to be in the body. Then a body at cancer is at 40. So then a body that has passed on still holds frequency. That body is then at 20. I explain this so we can understand that it is a small shift in the numeral frequency of going from being well to being ill. Now, that doesn't sound like a good thing, but in my mind, it is a good thing, because when we go to introduce a higher frequency into the body, then we can actually heal the body from being ill to back being well due to that number being so small. So let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's talk about the ways that Dr. Anastasia has found that actually lowers the body's frequency. The number one way that we lower our body's frequency is through toxic relationships. You didn't expect that, I know. So the people that we have around us, the relationships that we hold on to, our family members, all of that holds significant weight into our actual health. There's multiple ways to actually lower your body's frequency, from toxic relationships to the company that you keep, to the things that you actually put into your body. Like anything unnatural will actually contribute negatively to your body's frequency, as well as repressed emotions, unhealed traumas. We're talking about negative thoughts, these types of things that don't feel good. Like you get that immediate feeling of not being comfortable, or actually causing a negative effect in regards to your health over stress, toxicities at any level, chemical toxicity. That's why coming to all natural stores and getting all natural products is actually really beneficial for your body. It helps bring your toxicity level down, which helps you create an environment within your body to have a higher frequency. So removal of any of these lower frequency things out of your life will automatically raise your body's frequency. Now, you can also put things into play that will actually help raise your body's frequency. So let's move on to how to actually raise your body's frequency. According to Dr. Anastasia's study, the number one way to actually heal your body's frequency is to heal past traumas or past relationships. Number one way. Now, the second way to raise the body's frequency is working at a job you love. Because we are at our job almost more than we're at home, working at a job you love, as well as if you have a peaceful environment at home, it creates a steady environment within your life in order to have a good energetic flow. But if you're in discord at work as well as discord at home, you're in discord all the time. And this creates an environment for your body to have a lower frequency, which is grounds for disease to play. So the number one and the number two way, according to Dr. Anastasia, in order to stay of higher frequency, is to heal your past traumas and work at a job that you love. Most of the time when we think about being healthy, we look at eating healthy. According to Dr. Anastasia's list, eating healthy foods is number 8 on the list. And that's how much of a difference that eating healthy would make compared to making sure that the relationships in your life are healthy. So that makes a big difference. But there's plenty other ways to raise your frequency, like meditation or breath work, like we did earlier. Dr. Anastasia found out that it helps heal about 20% in regards to putting those things in place. Taking a walk in nature, playing with children, playing with animals, all of these things actually raise our body's frequency. Having positive thoughts, so switching around that negative or fear-based thought process will actually help increase your body's frequency and therefore create an environment for optimal health. Now, in regards to Reiki itself, which we talked about is my kind of specialty, according to Dr. Anastasia, implementing Reiki services into your life will actually increase your body's frequency up to 60%. So we talked about meditation and yoga and breathing techniques that gives you a 20% increase. Reiki within itself gives you a 60% increase. So let's talk a little bit more about what Reiki is. So Reiki itself is a Japanese art form. This Japanese art form has been passed down from generation to generation and is utilizing spiritually guided life force energy in order to heal the body. So going back to the energy spectrum theory, the concept of Reiki is utilizing the highest frequency of energy, being able to tap into that spiritual energy, and then the practitioner uses themselves as a vessel and actually implements that higher frequency of energy into your being. This will allow your body to heal and raise in frequency, which will help with aches and pains, disease, and all kind of things. And this has been scientifically proven. So Reiki has been studied here in the United States for over 70 years at some of the biggest colleges for research, like Johns Hopkins or Harvard, Yale. All of these institutions have been studying Reiki specifically in regards to helping heal cancer. And so there's hospitals all around the United States at this point who utilize Reiki practitioners in their healing with cancer patients. And even here in Kansas City, KU as well as St. Luke's are actually looking into implementing in these Reiki practitioners in order to help their patients as well. So Reiki itself is just catching on here in the Midwest, but on the West Coast it's very popular. If you go to California, speaking about energy or Reiki or healing is just normal conversation there. And it's slowly but surely moving across the country. And so one of the things that I have decided to take on as a personal mission of mine is helping people come into that awareness of who they are, whether utilizing Reiki or utilizing a seminar like this in order for them to get more comfortable with the concept of their energy body and find out more educational ways of how to heal the body, like through Reiki. You need to know that energy follows intention. So it's very important that we know how to set intention in order to be aware of how to actually manipulate this energy to get to a higher place. Once we set an intention specifically for ourselves, then we can go about just allowing the energy that we put out there behind the intentions to direct us to where we need to be in order to achieve what it is that we want to achieve. So the most important things about setting intention: one, state what you want, not what you don't want. Spirit doesn't really understand the negatives, so you speak more on the positive, like I want to have a good day versus I don't want to have a bad day. So you want to speak those things into existence in a positive stance, like I want to achieve this next achievement in my life, or I want to bear children, or whatever your intentions are. And then know, once you set that intention, that you are spiritually guided and spiritually protected. Moving forward in your journey, you're going to receive everything that you need in order to accomplish all the goals that you have set for your life. So setting intention is very, very, very important. One of the best quotes that I remember in massage therapy school is that massage is 80% intention, 20% technique. So if your intention is not there in order to help your clients, you're not going to give the greatest massage. The same thing for life. If your intentions are not pure, you're not going to get a great result in regards to your actions because you haven't set intention for where that energy should be going. Focusing that intention, focusing that energy is key to achieving your goals. All right, so just a quick overview. We set our intentions for the energy that we want. We set our intentions for healing our bodies. We set our intentions for being the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be. We set our intentions to be healthy and whole in order to be there for our families and our loved ones. In setting that intention, we hold faith that we are divinely protected, divinely ordered on our path. Now, my secret to setting my intentions and achieving the things that I have achieved in my life is setting the intention to help other people. When we have a kind heart and we go out with the intentions to actually give to others, there's a power that comes behind that intention that is unstoppable. So today and every day moving forward, I set the intention that everything that I do and everything that I say is from love and for the best interest of everyone out there. So I want to thank you guys so much for being present with me today. I hope you received the information that you need from today's seminar, as I'm sending you love and light for your journey.